When we came back, our brigade was put out on a parade field. It was a sunny day. It was beautiful out. The colonel came up, gave a speech. And as he gave that speech, he listed the names of those who didn't come back with us. But as he completed that speech, or that list, I realized that he hadn't said the name of Private Miller, Private First Class Bruce Miller, who was in 2nd Squad Bravo team. I was in 3rd Squad Alpha team. And I don't know why, but I'm kind of convinced that maybe it was because he didn't die what might be considered a soldier's death. But I think that erasure is an injustice to his name and to his life. And if in some small way, am I doing this? Maybe changes it or reverses it in a little way, then it's worth it. Eulogy. It happens on a Monday at 11:20 a.m. as tower guards eat sandwiches and seagulls drift by on the Tigris River. Prisoners tilt their heads to the west, though burlap sacks and duct tape blind them. The sound reverberates down concertina coils the way piano wire thrums when given slack. And it happens like this. On a blue day of sun, when Private Miller pulls the trigger to take brass and fire into his mouth. The sound lifts the birds up off the water. A mongoose pauses under the orange trees, and nothing can stop it now, no matter what blur of motion surrounds him, no matter what voices crackle over the radio in static confusion, because if only for this moment the earth is stilled, and Private Miller has found what low hush there is, down in the eucalyptus shade, there by the river. He was 23, really sweet. One of the sad things was myself and my boss had to go through his personal effects and say what stays with the Army, what goes back to his family, you know. And I read that poem at West Point, and when I talked with them, this was in December of this past year, and I told him, I said that after that, our platoon was taken off our mission cycle, and somebody else took our job for the day, and we were down right there on the banks of the Tigris, and they separated us by squad, and suddenly like all these chaplains and like psychiatrists came out of the woodwork like rats when you turn the lights on or something. I'd never seen them before. Maybe they're all in the chow hall or something, I don't know. But they were there then, they're trying to help and stuff, and the colonel came down, and we called him Lord Farquaad, because he was a short little guy. He's like, came in, and he walked over, and I'm in earshot, because the squad's right about where those 2 microphones in the middle are at. Maybe actually where the last 2 are, a little bit farther. So I can hear what he's saying, you know, and I'm just sort of listening. And he walked up and he took his hat off. And here's what he said. He said, what are 3 things we can do to help alleviate this situation? You know? Now, I don't know about you, but when somebody you've worked with for the last year and a half or so, somebody that becomes part of your kind of family, takes a saw, squad automatic weapon, turns it upside down, puts the barrel in his mouth, pushes down the trigger, and puts 6 to 8 rounds through the top of his skull, I don't think that's the right thing to say, you know? And the reason I say this to us tonight, I said it to them for a different reason, but the reason is because I think a lot of soldiers there and a lot of soldiers coming back don't have the skills necessary to deal with the things that we have to deal with in this situation. So as a culture and as a society, we have a lot of work to do.